Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk to you guys about something that happened in The Rise of Skywalker and why I think that it is something that just completely ruins Star Wars. Now, this video is going to contain spoilers for The Rise of Skywalker, so if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go click off the video, maybe go see the movie and then come back and watch this, because this is going to contain some spoilers for The Rise of Skywalker. So, and also before we get into the video, I do want to remind you that if you are subscribed to me, please make sure you're still subscribed, because I noticed that I lost a few subscribers, and I've noticed that other YouTubers have mentioned that they've lost subscribers because of YouTube going around and just completely removing subscribers without letting people know. So if you are subscribed to me, please make sure you're still subscribed. And also, this video is going to contain some strong language, so this video is not meant for children. If you are under the age of 14, please do not watch this video, or at the very least, make sure you have a parent and or a guardian with you. So with that being said, let's get on with the video. So the whole topic of the video that I kind of wanted to discuss with you guys is the new ability, the new Force ability that was introduced in The Rise of Skywalker, and why it kind of ruins all of Star Wars, is the Force healing ability. So for anyone who doesn't know, or if you've seen the movie, and if you're watching to this point, I'm assuming that you've already seen the movie, we see in The Rise of Skywalker Rey using this new ability called Force healing, where she apparently transfers some of her Force power into other living beings to help heal them, to heal any damages done to them. Now, I'm not gonna mention how it is insane that she even knows this ability when she barely had any training whatsoever in the Force. That's not the point of the video. The point of this, or the point of this topic, is why this ability completely ruins Star Wars. Because think about it. If you're telling me that the Force can let you heal other living beings, and considering that Rey still barely has any training in the Force, then we can rightly assume that this is an ability that literally any Jedi can learn, that you don't have to be like a high level, a highly skilled Jedi master to use this. Like, if someone like Yoda was using this, then you can okay, maybe you can give it a pass, because you know, he's like an insane master with the Force, so you can understand if he probably knows the Force better than anyone. Okay, or if maybe someone like Mace Windu or Obi-Wan, who are highly trained Jedi masters. Okay, you can kind of understand that. But if you're telling me that Rey, who only had like about a year's worth of training in being a Jedi, or learning how to use the Force and wield a lightsaber, if you're telling me she's only been training for about a year, and you're telling me that that's all you need to learn this ability, then that tells me that this is an ability that literally any Jedi can learn, that you don't have to be a highly skilled Jedi master to learn this. And if that is indeed the case, then it calls into question so many other moments in Star Wars. And there are 3 examples that I can think of right now, or 3 main examples. I'm sure there are others, but there are 3 main examples where this you end up questioning why this ability wasn't used. The first one being in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, when it comes to Qui-Gon Jinn, when he was stabbed through the stomach by Darth Maul. And then after Obi-Wan beat Maul, sliced him in half, and then he went over to Obi-Wan. By then, Obi-Wan was still alive. It wasn't until Qui-Gon Jinn was still alive. It wasn't until Obi-Wan got to him, then he died in his arms. He died from his injuries. Okay, Now, the reason why this moment is being called into question, because we saw in The Rise of Skywalker, Kylo Ren was stabbed basically in around the same place that Qui-Gon was. And he was alive. Now, you assume that that was a mortal injury, he was going to die. But Rey was able to use that whole force healing thing to heal him. So the question then becomes, why didn't Obi-Wan use this ability to Qui-Gon? Like, why didn't he just put his hand on his over the wound and just use force healing to heal him? There you go, fixed, fine. Instead, he just sits there and lets him die. I mean, it's just, oh my god. Okay, another moment, and this is a big moment. We all know that the reason why Anakin was seduced to the dark side is because he was afraid. He was afraid of losing the people that he cared about. He was afraid of losing Padme because he kept having visions of her death. And the reason why this terrified him is because he had the same visions of his mother's death. In Attack of the Clones, he kept having visions of his mother's death. That's why he had to rush over to Tatooine, and why he wanted to find her so quickly, because he was afraid. He wanted to save her. Just like how he promised he would in The Phantom Menace. And then obviously when he finds her, when he finally gets to her, she's so injured she dies right there in his arms. And that was sort of like one of the moments in Anakin's life that sort of pushes him to the dark side, that brings forward the anger, the hate, the fear. And so when you look at The Rise of Skywalker and you're telling me that apparently Jedis can heal other living beings just by sharing some of their life force with them, then the question becomes, at that moment, why didn't Anakin use this ability to heal Shmi? That's just... Do you see what I'm getting at? It calls into question so many other moments in Star Wars. And again, if this force healing ability was just like an ability that any Jedi can use, then Anakin never would have been tempted towards the dark side, because the only reason why he was is because Palpatine promised him that the dark side can like give you abilities, the abilities that you need to save the people that you love, to stop them from dying. Like, that's one of the things that he wanted to do. Because he didn't want to lose Padme the way he lost his mom. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, Anakin never would have been seduced to the dark side. We never would have had Darth Vader. Mace Windu probably would have killed Palpatine after he discovered he was the Sith Lord. And, Padme never would have died. Luke and Leia would have been born into the Jedi Order. They would have been raised as Jedi. And it's just, the whole original trilogy never would have happened. It's just... And... Okay. Last moment that I want to talk about. When Luke was trying to get Vader to a ship so they can leave the Death Star before it explodes. Why... When Anakin told him to take off the helmet so he can look at him with his own eyes, right before he dies. One of the best moments in all of Star Wars, in my opinion. No, you know what? Scratch that. It is one of the best moments in all of Star Wars. So, then the question becomes, why didn't Luke use force healing on Anakin? Like, as he was dying from his injuries. Like, why didn't he use force healing? And if force healing was an ability, why didn't Palpatine use it on Anakin to heal him from his wounds? Instead, now he has to rely on this suit just to breathe. Like, he could have shared some of his force, his life force, or at least just enough so that Anakin can breathe without needing the suit. Like, maybe he wouldn't be able to heal everything, but at the very least he'll heal his lungs to the point where Anakin can breathe on his own and he doesn't really need the suit. And why didn't Luke use it to save him, to stop him from dying? Because that was, he wanted to do that at the end. Like, he even told him, no, look, I'm not going to leave you. I have to save you. And then Anakin tells him, no, don't worry, you already have. You saved me from the dark side. The only reason why he told him that he had to leave without him is because he knew he already knew he was dying. There was nothing he could do. But now we find out, yes, he could have. He could have done something. Instead, he just leaves him. Instead, he just leaves him there, and it's so stupid. Like, you wonder why. It's just like, was there no one telling JJ and Chris Terrio that this was a bad idea? But no, they didn't, because they didn't care. Nobody over at Lucasfilm cares about canon anymore. Nobody cares about anything when it comes to Star Wars anymore, and it's depressing. It's really, really depressing. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching up until this point, and I hope you enjoyed my sort of a mini rant. And yeah, that's gonna be it. So that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the video. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you join me on my next video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Bye.